Good day. Yes, the news from Mayo King's TV is read by Tiniela Emanuela. First, the headlines. Oluremi Tinubu advocates free HIV/AIDS treatment during Delta visit. Tinubu flags off construction of access road to Second Niger Bridge. Labour threatens strike and demands reversal of emergency rules in Rivers. PDP governors drag Tinubu and National Assembly before Supreme Court over Fubara's suspension. On entertainment, Pastor Femi Lazarus and Timi Dakolo settle their differences. On the business news, CBN plans fresh battle against forex speculators as Naira slides. On the foreign scene, Trump signs order aimed at pulling US election. Plus, Super Eagles head coach reveals his disappointment in Nigerian players. Now the news in full. Nigerian's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has called for free treatment programs for HIV/AIDS patients across the country. She made this appeal on Tuesday during a visit to the Delta State Traditional Council, Asaba, emphasizing the urgent need to combat the disease, especially among young people. Speaking at the gathering, Tinubu urged traditional rulers to champion health advocacy, particularly in the fight against HIV/AIDS and female genital mutilation. She also introduced the Flow with Confidence initiative, a program providing free sanitary pads to girls in rural areas to prevent school absenteeism due to menstruation. Additionally, the First Lady disclosed that she had secured major funding for tuberculosis treatment and reaffirmed their commitment to improving healthcare through donations and advocacy efforts. Welcoming the First Lady, Delta State Governor Sheriff Oborevwori commended her dedication to healthcare. As part of her Renewed Hope initiative, she donated 10,000 professional kits, crocs, and scrubs to midwives in the South-South region. The program had previously been launched in North Central and Northwest Nigeria, with Delta serving as the starting point for the Niger Delta region. In a significant stride towards infrastructural development, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, represented by the Delta State Governor Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has officially flagged off the construction of the access road to the Second Niger Bridge, linking Delta and Anambra States. Speaking at the ceremony on Monday, March 24, 2025, Governor Oborevwori conveyed the President's unwavering commitment to fostering connectivity and economic growth across the country. He lauded President Tinubu's dedication to national development, emphasizing that the renewed hope agenda remains steadfast in ensuring the expansion and modernization of critical infrastructure. The flag off of this project follows closely on the heels of the recent concessioning and rehabilitation of the Benin-Asaba Expressway in Edo State, another strategic link facilitating movement between the Southwest, South-South, and Southeast region. Governor Oborevwori acknowledged the cooperation and support of both Delta and Anambra state government, stressing the importance of synergy in fostering national progress. The organized labor has warned that it may be forced to take decisive action that could disrupt national economic activities if the state of emergency declared in Rivers State is not reversed within a reasonable time frame. The threat was issued in a statement jointly signed by the Rivers State chairperson of the Nigeria Labour Congress (NLC), Alex Agwanwo, State chairperson of the Trade Union Congress (TUC), Ikechukwu Onyefuru, and chairperson of the Joint Negotiation Council (JNC), Chukwu Emeshite. The labor unions raised concerns about the legality, economic impact, and consequences of President Bola Tinubu's declaration of emergency rule in Rivers State. They described the declaration of a state of emergency and the suspension of the elected governor, Siminalayi Fubara, Deputy Governor Ngozi Odu, and House of Assembly members as baseless, and the attempt to remove them outside constitutional processes undermines democracy. However, the organized labor warned that the state of emergency could have devastating economic consequences, emphasizing Rivers State's strategic importance to Nigeria's economy and the Niger Delta region. Governors of states governed by the People's Democratic Party (PDP) have instituted a suit before the Supreme Court challenging the 6-month suspension of the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Recall that Fubara is Deputy Ngozi Odu and the Rivers House of Assembly members were suspended for 6 months by President Bola Tinubu after he declared a state of emergency in the state on March 18 and appointed the sole administrator for the state. Meanwhile, the legislatures on their part supported the president's decision to implement the suspension. However, the governors of Bauchi, Adamawa, Bayelsa, Enugu, Osun, Plateau, and Zamfara states questioned the powers the president has to carry out such action. The governors also urged the apex court to declare that the president has no powers to suspend a democratically elected House of Assembly of a state pursuant to sections 192, 4, 6, and 305 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended. They further pressed on Supreme Court to nullify the appointment of the sole administrator appointed to govern the state. Now on entertainment news. The lead pastor of Light Nation in Abuja, Femi Lazarus, and singer Temidakolo have come to a settlement on their differences. It was reported that Pastor Lazarus and Temidakolo were recently engaged in a social media glitch, with the singer questioning the cleric for charging fees for a school of ministry while criticizing gospel musicians who charge to perform in the church. Responding, Pastor Lazarus argued that he charges for a school of ministry because it is a school. On the other end, Timi Dakolo emphasized that gospel musicians charge for performances because they also have bills to pay. However, on Monday evening, Pastor Lazarus announced on his Instagram page that he and Timi Dakolo have settled their differences. He hailed Timi Dakolo for shouldering the burdens of other musicians, stressing that he has now understood the realness of the singer's concerns. Now on the business news. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Olayemi Cardoso, has said that the Apex Bank remains resolute in its commitment to maintaining order in the country's foreign exchange market by identifying and eliminating bad actors whose activities undermine the stability of the naira. This came as findings showed that the naira depreciated slightly at the official foreign exchange market on Tuesday, closing at 1,532.39 naira per dollar compared to 1,531.19 naira per dollar on Monday. This marks a marginal decline of 0.08%, indicating relative stability despite minor fluctuations in the market. The movement suggests continued volatility within a narrow band as the market adjusts to recent reforms and changing demand-supply dynamics. Meanwhile, the unchanged BDC rate points to relatively stable demand for physical dollars in the informal market, even as the CBN intensifies its surveillance and intervention strategies across FX windows. The slight depreciation at the official window comes amid broader efforts by the Central Bank of Nigeria to align the FX market with market fundamentals. Now on the foreign scene, US President Donald Trump has signed an executive order that aims to overhaul US federal elections, including by requiring voters to show proof of citizenship and limiting when states can receive mail-in ballots. Experts warn the move could disenfranchise millions of Americans who do not have easy access to a passport or other legal documents proving they have the right to vote. It is unclear how enforceable the order is, given US states have wide legal leeway to determine how they run their elections, but is expected to be challenged in court. The order, titled Preserving and Protecting the Integrity of American Elections, was signed by Trump on Tuesday at the White House. Finally, on the world of sport, Super Eagles head coach Eric Schiller has said he is sad for his players and Nigerians following their disappointing 1-1 draw with Warriors of Zimbabwe in Group C in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. The Super Eagles once again failed to record a home win in the World Cup qualifiers after the draw with Zimbabwe in Tuesday's match in Oyo. Victor Osimhen put the Super Eagles 1-0 ahead on 74 minutes after heading home across from Ola Aina. But in the 90th minute, Tawanda Shirewa equalized for Zimbabwe after poor defending by the Super Eagles backline. After the end of match day 6, Chile's men are still in fourth place on 7 points, 6 points behind leader South Africa, who defeated Benin Republic 2-0 in Abidjan. Rwanda occupies second place on 8 points, Benin Republic also on 8 points at third, while Lesotho 6 points and Zimbabwe 4 points are fifth and sixth respectively. Now to end the news, a quick recap on our headlines. Oluremi Tinubu advocates free HIV/AIDS treatment during Delta visit. Tinubu flags off construction of access road to Second Niger Bridge. Labour threatens strike and demands reversal of emergency rules. PDP governors drag Tinubu and National Assembly before Supreme Court over Fubara's suspension. On entertainment, Pastor Femi Lazarus and Timi Dakolo settle differences. On the business news, CBN plans fresh battle against forex speculators as Naira slides. On the foreign scene, Trump signs order aimed at pulling US elections. Plus, Super Eagles head coach reveals his disappointment in Nigerian players. That ends the news from Mayor Kings TV, as read and edited by Daniela Emanuela. Thanks for watching.